Hello, sluts. Welcome to another episode of Bunny and the Beast, and welcome to our new little venue, new little cave that's styled like Bunny's intestines. I am joined by Bunny Galore, the queen of the cult movies, ancient proverb, ancient text, ancient all around.
Ancient evil.
Ancient evil, yes. Absolutely. Sutek you are. And hello, how are you today?
Hello, James. It's good. Well, yes, I'm loving. This is the new studios. We've been having to record online for a long time, but it's nice to be back in person. There is a gun at my head for being in the same room as James, obviously, at the best of times. Today, it's a full-on sawn-off shotgun. So I'm thrilled to be here, obviously. No, it's great fun. It's good fun. It's nice.
We have a court liaison in the corner off screen that's just supervising the visit, making sure it all stays peachy clean. I don't even know what that means.
Peachy clean. It's a quote from Greece. Well done.
Oh.
It's a 1950s thing.
There we go. I hate Greece. I hate it.
Why?
Because what kind of moral is the story on, if you want a boy to like you, change everything about yourself?
Correct. Yes.
You don't see the problem?
No.
And smoking?
No, I think you should change yourself. You should, if you're not good enough, you should change. No, I'm joking. No, it's funny. I never saw that because it's not really her changing herself. It's her she's repressed and it's like her coming out. It's like a gay parable, I think. It's her coming out and becoming her true self.
Oh.
I think it's how I always saw it. I do get it. I understand why people go, she's saying herself. She's had a perm and she put a jacket on. That's hardly, she's not had like surgery. It's like, it's hardly a life changing. She could take the jacket off, and
But she was a good girl, then she went bad.
Exactly. Exactly.
Or was she always a bad girl?
She's always a bad. Well, it's in the 50s. You were either we didn't have teenagers till the 50s. So, and this is probably 58, 59, isn't it?
We have teenagers.
You didn't have teenagers didn't exist. You kind of just dressed as a child and then you dressed as your parents before that. This fashion of teenagers comes along in the 50s. So that whole looks and everything suddenly became a thing in the 50s.
And that's why in one of our favorite sitcoms and favorite shows, like the Golden Girls, I think also, is it Cheers or something, that all the cast are very young, but they dress double their age.
Yeah, I think, yeah.
And they look double their age. Like time was kind.
Yes. But I think, and also, we don't have this sort of the skincare that we probably do now, but one
thing that still boggles my mind.
Does it now?
Yes, I know. I have a brain. I have one. Who knew? Lions, tigers, bears, oh my. It's that the actress Olivia Colman is the same age as Vernon Kay.
Vernon, the trouble is, I feel Vernon's always very young in my mind, but I'm only remembering him from about 10, 15 years ago. That's the problem. I don't see him on a regular basis as I used to, perhaps. Sorry, Vernon. And I've never met him in real life, so I don't know. So he probably is more grown up than I probably think he is.
But him and Olivia Colman.
How old are they?
49.
49. Okay.
The thing is, like you said about Vernon, like in my head, my knowledge of Vernon and memory is him hosting T4.
Same.
Which was like the cool kids, Saturday morning.
And he was probably in his 30s then. He's probably just looked younger.
Yeah.
Then, didn't he really?
But then again, also we know Olivia Colman for playing a 64-year-old woman. And I think she exudes granny energy, like fun, potty mouth granny energy.
A lot of the stuff she doesn't get to do glam very often at the roles that she's cast in. So it's all character pieces, isn't it? So it's usually older than her as well, like the Queen or
the other queen that she played.
Yeah. I love The Favourite. It's amazing.
Just look at me. Look at me.
I saw that.
Look away. How dare you?
Oh my God, I saw that clip over the weekend, weirdly, and I'd forgotten about it. That's so strange you say that. Must have been doing the rounds.
It's funny. That's how I feel with Bunny every time I do a podcast with her.
That's why I'm screaming at you, don't look at me.
Well, also, listeners, when we do our setup for our audio platform, we obviously do have a screen and do have video for ourselves.
Yes, it's how.
But Bunny's screen is so far down that she can't even see my face.
Yeah, exactly.
She just speaks into the void.
Yeah, exactly. I'm looking at the camera and not at him.
Yes.
Why would I? Why on earth would
I
I?
look quite pretty.
Sure.
Silence. Sure, Jan.
Sure. Yeah. Yes, you do, darling. You're very pretty. You're very nice in that shirt as well. Have I seen that before?
Maybe.
It's cute. I love
Maybe.
it.
It's
Your
a
arms look bigger. I swear your arms are getting bigger by the
I
minute.
did just come from a very quick
you?
back and bicep day.
Back and bicep day.
Yes.
Okay.
Think about doing like a LGBT for Pride Month, LGBTQ workout.
That's not a bad
like
idea.
Legs, bums, triceps, and biceps.
And glutes for the gym.
Oh yes, legs. Oh yes. What did I do? Legs, bums, LGBT.
Well, hold on.
I can't spell.
Might have to pause the podcast for a while he works the spelling out.
Ow! Legs, glutes, biceps, triceps, quads, eye.
AI? What? Sorry. It was poke yourself in the eye continuously for half an hour.
Yes, that's your favourite pastime when you do the podcast.
Yeah, exactly. Just poke the bear. Poke the beast.
Poke the bear. But yes, Olivia Colman and Vernon Kay, same age.
Same age.
And actually, in that same interview that I saw, I did this video on TikTok a while ago, and it blew up. People fucking went mental.
Oh, yes.
It got 860,000 views.
Oh my gosh.
Like 41,000 likes. I was like, oh my god, am I famous?
No.
No, no, I'm
Absolutely not.
Absolutely no way.
No one on TikTok is famous. They're just infamous slightly. And I love them. It's great. I love TikTok. But you ain't famous, you know.
Well, I did a 10-hour round trip over the weekend going up to Manchester and back.
Yeah.
And I was just scrolling through TikTok and ran just in the driver's seat, but like, oh God, this is rotting my brain just watching you listen to you watch this shit. And I was like, yeah, it's actually it's proper brain rot.
It's really hard to watch somebody else watching TikTok. I remember was it Tina the musical? Someone was really into it back then. It's about 3 years ago, and he was in one break. He was one of the dressers was watching TikTok, and it was like watching some Doctor Who scene where someone's got their brain sucked out. It was just like, what are you doing?
It's like Dementor.
Cut to me last night about 2 o'clock in the morning, completely doom scrolling, as it's called, which I think is a great phrase. It obviously depends on your algorithm. Sometimes if the algorithm is interesting and it is loads of like Pompeii history, AI being used to read the inside of those burnt scrolls that are all scrunched up, so you can't unroll them. So amazing sort of stuff. And then this really dumb stuff, which I go like, what am I doing?
I want to play a game with you quickly.
Sure. I'm not taking my clothes off.
No, oh God, no. That's not a game. That's a punishment.
Yeah. Oh, I finally got a threat.
If you take your phone off airplane mode and go onto Instagram, tell the listeners what is your current For You page showing you?
Oh,
your explore page.
Yeah. No, there isn't. Yeah. Okay.
Because mine at the moment is filled with dick. A lot of it.
My first thing that comes is actually Susan Twist, getting her into her alien makeup.
Oh no! Press the magnifying glass.
That one. Sorry. Yes.
Yeah. So mine is. I've got a lot of Bob's Burgers. I've got Bob's Burgers. I've got Karen Walker. I've got topless men. I've got men in speedos. I've got more topless men. I have Nicola Coughlan and some dogs and some topless men. And our videos just come up with someone simulating wanking.
Oh wow!
And Grindr screenshots.
I do have a Grindr screenshot as well. I think it's a friend's just posted one. I've got Sutek and the Beast from the David Tennant story, which are voiced by the same voice actor. Dalek at a convention, Stormtrooper at convention, RuPaul, Tom Baker, Susan tried getting her makeup put on. I think by the looks of it, actually, it's just come up there. Yeah, RuPaul. Oh, and some a gentleman in his underwear. Less of that than I was expecting, I have to say.
I thought there would be more twinks in their underwear.
And Anita Dobson as Mrs. Flood as well. So yeah, it depends. I think because I went for a stage of having the strangest things pop up. Like there is a bit of a wrestling outfit. I don't remember ever watching any guys in wrestling outfits come up. Must have done.
Oh, I have.
It's really sexy
in my private time.
Yeah, private alone time. But I don't remember particularly doing that on social media per se. So, but yeah, so there's one there. But sometimes I've opened it up and it's all like, you know, people in wrestling and various posing that obviously someone's taken. It's not meant to be sexy, but obviously whoever's putting them on Instagram is finding quite sexy. So I was like, okay. So yes, quite not as naughty as I was expecting. Then
that's relatively.
actually, scroll down.
Scroll down. Okay.
A bit. I was thinking it's Another Day in Out of Drag. So it's does that count? I don't know. The Brigadier got mixed wig from last week's episode. So various things. More. That's actually more. Less frisky than I was expecting.
Because
just because I think of who our friends are, a lot of our mates do are good-looking guys that take their clothes off and pose on holiday a lot. I'm getting to that stage of the year where suddenly I've got a lot of speedos on my timeline. I'm like, thanks guys. It's like this is obviously well done, so congratulations. But also it makes you feel one, I want to be somewhere sunny, and it's also I've never been that brave. Perhaps maybe when I was about 17, perhaps, to wear those sort of outfits.
Oh,
and it's funny, isn't it? Yeah.
Yours, so your view page is very tame.
Yeah, I think that's just probably because I've not been on.
My boyfriend's is houses and bums.
Oh,
the other day I was
Do you have a lot of lots of cute bums? And if there is anything, it's usually that.
Yeah, there's a lot of bums and a lot of houses, and I was like, I bet yours is full of sluts. So I was like, you're not wrong.
You're not wrong, yeah.
There are sluts, but there's Bridgerton, there's Bob's Burgers, there's Karen Walker, and actually
that is pretty much what goes inside your mind, though, isn't it?
It basically is my entire personality is being topless Karen Walker and Bob's Burgers.
I love that gays always thinks, don't answer messages.
No, I'm turning on airplane mode now. That segment of the podcast is done.
Interesting game, though. They do that. See what happens. Go to your Instagram, freshly open it up and go to your... suggested things, is that what it's called?
It's like your explore page.
I didn't realize it until I'm looking up someone's name. That's the only reason I go there.
Yes.
So I was a bit like, oh, what is this? So there we go.
It's where Instagram funnels accounts and posts that you be like, oh, you like something similar to this, so we're going to send you something of the same ilk.
Right, I see. Okay, right. That probably, and also I think it changed a lot. I've done a new photo shoot with Joel Ryder and a friend of mine, Jamie Shields,
yes,
and
and you haven't done one with me.
No, I don't think you would ever want to. That's why.
Well,
I don't really want you to be naked next to me, particularly. But
why?
Unlike the rest of the pay public.
Did you say the paying public?
Yeah, I did, yeah. Apart from the rest of the OnlyFans audiences. We will. Let's do one. I've been meaning to do one for Jamie for ages. It's only because we both had done kind of a vampire-y one, and we went, oh, that's a similar shoot. We should do one together. And then we thought, you know what? Let's just do it. So we've the first photo came out of that, which was actually a mistake one, where it's a misfire of one of the front flash. So it's kind of backlit, and it just looks amazing. He looks incredible. I'm not sure anyone notices I'm in the photograph.
It's the one where your back is turned.
Yes,
you look fantastic.
Yeah, look amazing. I thought because we were doing some sort of the opposite way round, and I was like, let's do that way round because it'd be interesting, and show him off. Because a lot of the times I was doing that joke throughout the full shoot, going like, no one's going to be looking at me. But my hair looks really cool, so that's
your hair looks great from the back.
It's fantastic. So. And I think that changed the algorithm slightly as soon as I put that up.
Maybe it did.
Suddenly I was like, oh, hello.
It's a very nice shot.
Great shot. He looks great, yeah. I was worried because actually it would be more sensible to do it with you because you're taller than me. Even with heels on, you'll still be taller than me. Whether Jamie is like quite, not dinky, but he's...
To find him a little box.
Yeah, he's kind of just about the same height as me, a bit shorter, but of course... When you put galore on, I was a bit worried I was going to look like a sofa in comparison to it. I think I was going to look like a small action figure next to a sofa, and it was not too bad.
Jennifer Coolidge and her son.
Yeah, it literally is. Some of the shots, oh my god, some of the shots, the leopard print ones, the Jane Mansfield ones, and Mickey Hockerty, the pastiche of those two together, husband and wife team, will look like Jennifer Coolidge and
wow,
yeah,
God.
Literally, it's hilarious. And they're my favourite ones. I want to post every single one. They're just genius.
Absolutely do it.
Exactly.
You should.
So how was the weekend in Manchester? What were you doing?
So my boyfriend's renovating a house, so we went to go see. He hasn't seen it for 2 weeks, so we went up to go check what the builds have done and see how it's coming along.
Cool.
And it is a bomb site.
It's more of a castle than a house, isn't it?
It's
a water cooling tower.
Yes, technically it's an old water tower.
Yeah, but they're really pretty. They're like follies, aren't they? They're almost like they're made to look quite attractive. They weren't like made to look industrial.
Yes,
That makes any sense
It's a
on
very
a
beautiful.
podcast.
It's a very beautiful building. It's covered in what's the word?
Bricks.
I know what a brick is. It's covered in scaffolding. There we go. At the moment, so it looks a bit like, instead of a castle. Well, I was about to say, instead of a castle, it looks like a fortress. But what is a castle? It is a fortress. But it looks like threatening now. But
Okay.
the inside is a bomb site. It is demolished.
Is it
It's
more
been-
work than they were expecting
No, I think it is exactly. Well, I think some things.
to bring it up to what he envisioned? I guess.
Yes, I think there are some things that are curveballs, and then some things that are going along swimmingly fine. But it's complete. I saw it the first week he got the keys, and the previous owners did shit to it. It was ugly. It was just dated old furniture, dated old furnishings and decoration, and it looks far better now that it's gutted.
It looked like it. By the way, just remind the listeners what TV show they can watch this on.
Oh, you can watch this episode on the Celebrities Escape to the Country. I think it's episode 1.
I think so.
I think it's episode 1.
It was over Christmas, wasn't it? This
Yes, it was over
wasn't it?
Christmas, and it's a very good. We actually rewatched it the weekend just so we can remind ourselves of how it looked before all the work had gone.
Well, I was just going to say, it looked. Yeah, it's a good idea actually to do that. It's almost like it's like a free video diary, isn't it? I can't remember if I watched the entire thing. I certainly watched the end of it. But anyway, it looked like it had like people caretakers in there rather than people living in there. It wasn't
Yes.
really a home.
Yes, it had
That makes
really odd
sense.
decor, and it was really just oddly designed and styled. So there's a lot of work. There's a lot of work on it, but when it's done, it's going to be amazing. Like we can start already just like taking some things down, and it's all freshly plastered. It feels grander on the ear side. Like it's just opened some things up, but it's also allowing it to be more of a blank canvas.
Yes,
So,
I was just going to say blank canvas. Yeah,
so you can start to envision how it's going to look.
Yeah.
So it's going to be amazing when it's done. It's going to be amazing.
Oh, I
It
can't
might
wait.
take longer than expected, but
It usually does, especially if you're trying to do it all at the same time.
Yes.
If you're trying to do everything at the same, yes, it's going to take a good but yeah, I don't know.
about a year.
yeah,
I think it'll take about. I think it will take about a year.
Well, we're halfway through the year now, aren't we? I guess. So.
Yes,
Depends when you start in the year from now.
March,
Right. Okay.
and also it's all going on hold as well. While he goes and be thespian.
Oh yes,
There's an actor in a UK tour of and the musical and Juliet.
Yay! Yes, congratulations, Ranj. That is amazing.
Doing very well. He'll be very good.
I'm very love the idea. I think he's. What was my first reaction? I said that's perfect casting. I think that's great. I know it's the first time in a musical, but in my head, it feels like he's been doing this sort of stuff for ages. But that's probably how I see him.
But technically, he has.
Yeah.
He has been training and learning for this for so long.
Well, as long as I've known him.
Yeah.
Which is 7 years, I think. I feel like he's always done
I
this.
think you say 7 centuries.
Yes. Shh.
But yeah, he's been it's not his first rodeo on a stage.
Yeah.
Like he's done panto for years, and he's very good at that. He did his own West End show, Scrubs and Sparkles, with our friend Owen Mallon.
Yeah, it's great.
And
it's fantastic.
Has done loads of stuff, and he goes to singing lessons, goes to dancing lessons. Like it's something it's an art form that someone of that status really respects and wants to work hard and do well, which is different to regular what we call stunt casting, where it's just like bringing a real housewife in for the sake of bringing a housewife in. It's like who couldn't give 0 shits and there for a paycheck. He actually really cares.
Yeah, I remember when Chicago first started and the first recast of that kind of happened, and Gabby Rosalind went in. I think she was one of the first.
Really?
Yeah, she was one of the first. And then that was one of the first. Not I'm calling Gabby stunt casting, but she had gone to GSA. She was a musical theatre girl. She just had gone into TV rather than go into musical theatre as much.
I didn't know that.
But yeah, she was about 5 years above me at GSA. Apparently.
Similar to Legoc.
Yeah, so
Gok went to Central, Graham went to Central.
Alan, I went to drum school as well. I can't remember where he went now, but it's back in those. What I found is, I've said this before on the show, and I'm not comparing my career to theirs, but you had to do that traditional route. Really, you couldn't go through any other routes. Whether now I think people do go through untraditional routes, whether it be winning the X Factor or the Britain's Got Talent or The Voice or TikTok or something like that. But the only difference is, I think, with the training is if you're going to go in, like he's about to go into commercial, 8 shows a week for 6 months or however long it is. The only thing you learn from drama school is tricks to make sure you don't get ill and you don't hurt yourself and all those sort of things. So it's the longevity. It gives you longevity, I think. And it gives you the name of the school. Everything else you learn in the business, you learn on the which you could learn on
Most of it you learn on the job anyway.
You do generally. I think it just gives you a little bit of backup of how to... You could do it by lessons, though, or privately, which is what he's kind of done. So it's not... Yeah, he's not gone to a big drama school, but he's been having singing lessons since I've known him. So yeah. That's how I know him, is through
Owen Mallon's been working that larynx for a long time.
He has indeed. And I think that's how they met. They were working in a choir.
Oh no, yeah. So Rand was in a choir. I can't remember what it's called. It's not Pink Singers. It's
something like that.
Something like that. It's a gay men's choir, and Owen was playing piano, and I believe a window fell on him.
Yeah,
or a mirror, or something.
Something fell on him, didn't it? Yeah.
Literally, bang.
In my head, it was the skylight, but maybe
it's a skylight.
But that would be quite serious if that happened. I'd imagine maybe it's something behind him and he leant up against something and it fell forward, perhaps.
Either way, that's the definition of a hard head, because I think he was fine.
I'll feel sorry for the mirror, obviously. But yes, and he obviously is a doctor, so there we go. That's how they became friends.
So doctor on site, yes, there is.
Yes, exactly.
And that's how they became friends.
Yeah.
Obviously, I think they're going to listen or watch this and be like, yeah, that's completely wrong.
Yeah, I think that's my hazy memory of it. It has been years since I heard that story. So,
yes. I feel like it is something of, because we both have that similar ilk of that story, that makes sense.
Yes, it sounds, I think that sounds right. In my head, I think it was a skylight when they said window, because I don't know, maybe I was envisioning a particular dance, because dance studios don't tend to have a lot of windows. I suppose they have mirrors, but don't they? But so there we go. That's how they met.
And this weekend you were performing at your first Pride Festival of the series.
Yes, I think it was.
The season.
For the season. Yeah, I think it is. Well, it was my first Pride of the season, actually, of June, which was very, very, very lovely. It was a place called Manningtree, which... Okay, I hadn't heard of before, and it was, but it's the most gorgeous little town. Apparently, it's the smallest town in England. So I've seen the news report of it afterwards. So it wasn't like a parade one. It was more like there was just lots of little events going on in different places, and I was in a bookshop doing stuff. So it was just adorable. But I loved it. Everybody was dressed up, and it was just really lovely. Slightly vibes of The Wicker Man. Not gonna lie, I was a bit like, this is a bit too cute and lovely, you know.
Oh, it's almost like Get Out.
Yeah, we'll Get Out. Or Midsummer, it would be a modern take if you don't know The Wicker Man. Yes, it was a little bit, but they were very lovely. They were very, very nice. It was a very cute start to the Pride season, yeah.
Yeah, and you wore a beautiful headdress of flowers.
I did.
Ready to pollinate all the twinks in Manningtree.
It wasn't any twinks, but yes, they were. It was a couple of stormtroopers.
Really? Stormtroopers?
Did you not see the photograph of the 2 stormtroopers?
I didn't see that.
That was very fun. Yes, it was fun. One of my friends asked me if it was 2 of my mates cosplaying. It's like no, it's not role play night. It's definitely
that's Thursday.
That was literally my gag of what I was. So it was super fun. It was a nice start to it. But I did feel, by the way, I went through 15 seasons of weather in one day.
What the Halle Berry is going on with the weather, because some days it's beautiful and then the next second it's biblical rain. I feel like I'm in the day after tomorrow sometimes.
Yes, and because I think I got dress in like a small, like, you know, as you do for a lot of these things, a lot of conventions and stuff like that, you end up in a disabled toilet type of thing. It was quite dark in there, and I have mirrors with lights and things, but I thought I looked really cute, and I'd done the makeup really quickly as well because I was running.
You went outside, you're like, whoa!
Literally, I was like, it's only when I saw the videos, I was like, oh! I think the nose contour and things were a lot dark. I think I used the darker browns and things, and I went, oh my goodness, that's actually a lot more stronger than I was expecting. So there's a lot of filters on some of the videos that I put out because I was like, oh wow! That's bracing. It's fine for like in person, but it's when you put it on. This is the trouble when you put it on social media. You go, oh god, that's actually quite, especially with daytime lighting.
I think it'd be really funny if you went to these regional prides and just started asking random people and get it videoed and go, was I your favourite on Drag Race? Was I your favourite on Drag was this your favourite outfit of mine on Drag Race? And wait for them to go, yeah.
The amount of times I get mistaken for Drag Race queens, it's yeah. Usually at awards and things like that, it's like no. Because I'm on a red carpet type of thing opening night. Yeah, as Bunny.
Yeah,
people think I'm from Drag Race. Yeah.
I think that's be really funny content.
I never want to know who I think I am.
Penetration.
Yeah. I think I was Lawrence Chaney. I got asked once.
Really?
I was like, "You've just seen Lawrence on stage. How do you mistake us?" It's
well, you're both white. White people look the same.
And we know it's big, curvy girls, but especially in drag, it's kind of like. But I was with Gok, I guess, because Gok was doing the show with Lawrence. So perhaps that's probably why they thought it. But I think I'm wearing completely different colours and And do you think I did a quick change coming off stage? Who else did I get mistaken for? Pixie, I think I've had. No, not Pixie. Maybe not Pixie. I get mistaken a lot out of drag as Ross Matthews. Is that? And I'm normally like, what? And the caveat is this is usually in a gay bar as well. So, and someone did it to me a while ago, and I was like, not having any of it. So I was like, it depends what season you mean. And obviously, I love Ross; he's brilliant. But his weight journey is very up and down. It's more the hair I think they're actually talking about.
Yeah,
but I was not having it. I was having this full-on slanging match with somebody outside. GOY Late, a very dubious bar.
Oh, of course. I think that's gone now anyway.
It has. It's gone the way of all things.
You burnt it down, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
You torched it like Susan Meyer and Edith Britt's house.
Yes, I did. So, yes. So, did you get mistaken for anybody?
When I had long hair, like hair down to my shoulder, I got mistaken a lot for Joe Wicks.
Oh, yes.
It was really... Was
that around the same time? Because I became aware of Joe Wicks during 2020.
It was pre-20... It was like 2018, 2019 when I had shoulder-length hair.
Oh, so not long before.
So not long before. So
I just didn't know who he was until the lockdown one.
Yeah.
Person.
Before he did like PE and let out a massive fart on a live stream.
Did he?
Yes. I remember one time meeting up with a friend for coffee in Starbucks in Waterloo Station, and amount of people just kept turning and like looking and glaring and be like getting photos up on their phone of Joe Wicks to check it wasn't him. It was ridiculous.
I can see that with the hair and everything. Yeah, I could kind of.
Someone once told me recently that I look like a young Hugh Jackman.
White noise on the
silence.
No, only because I wouldn't say that at all. But not that. I just don't think you look like Hugh Jackman.
No, neither do I. But I'll take the compliment because Hugh Jackman is
great. Oh my god, yeah, he's amazing. But like, I don't. You're
gonna say he's talented?
No, not at all. Not at all. I wasn't going to go down that line. Doesn't need to.
Doesn't need to. It speaks for itself.
Yeah, exactly.
Though I don't think... Someone once told me like 10 years ago, no, more than 10 years ago, about 13 years ago, I looked like Jonathan Groff. And I was like, thank you. And I don't see that. But I would
love... you were 17 at the time?
Something like that, yeah. Whereas when Glee first came out...
He was from Glee originally, wasn't he? Yeah.
Yes.
I've forgotten about that.
Well, apparently Ryan Murphy wanted him to be the lead in Glee with Lea Michele because he loved Spring Awakening so much. And he turned it down because he didn't want to play a musical teenager for forever,
right?
Because he just did it for 2 years in Spring Awakening. To go do that on Glee for 6 years, it's like all you do is teenager musical theatre roles. And now he's just won a Tony Award, as best supporting actor in best actor in Merrily We Roll Along, and Daniel Radcliffe won best supporting.
Best supporting was it? Yeah, I didn't actually. I saw the speeches, which were amazing. I didn't actually see what they won for, so I presumed I didn't know which way round that was because I don't know Merrily very well. Do you?
No, all I know is that it goes back in time and not a day goes by.
Yeah, that's it. That's all I kind of. I've never seen it live.
I used to sing a song from it once upon a time called "Good Thing Going," which is a beautiful song about a relationship. But I had a really good thing going. It was going.
Right.
It's gone.
Right. Okay.
It's a beautiful ballad.
Right. Okay. Please don't sing.
Don't make me sing.
Don't make
Don't make me sing.
No, seriously, don't sing.
No, please don't sing.
Please, I've heard you sing, and I really never again. Yes, that's my tenuous grip on the show myself. But I don't think it's ever really been done. Probably at the Donmar, isn't it, or something like that?
It's somewhere arty like that.
It wasn't like a commercial house, I don't think.
But yes, I'm not actually. Usually at the Tony Awards, I used to stay up and watch it live.
Right.
And we used to have like group chats going around where if a link went down, because you had to stream it in not so government friendly ways.
Right.
We had to keep sending links around these chats.
Oh yeah.
But it was like staying up to like 4 in the morning.
Yeah. It was like the Oscars. I still tend to. I didn't do it this year. No, I don't do it for the Tonys. I tend to do it for the Oscars, for like to stay up to tweet about, because it's the movie stuff and it's the horror movie, all that stuff. So I try to join in with that, but it's quite a commitment staying up to like and being that funny.
Well, to be fair, you're a night owl, so it's fine for you.
It is, but it always catches me off guard because it's always Sunday night, and you're like, oh damn it, it's tonight, and
I need to go for a nap.
Yeah, the one time you don't really want to stay up, and it's always those nights.
Oh.
It's never mind. So there we go. Well, congratulations to both of them. That's great. Do you think you ever get to win a Tony?
I think I'll have a Tony, maybe.
Tony Blackburn, maybe. I don't know.
Tony Hawk.
Trying to think of another Tony then.
Tony Blair. Famous Tony.
It's quite an old name now, isn't it?
Yeah.
Tony, yeah.
Tony
Hart.
Imagine someone having a baby like, oh yeah, I'm going to call him Tony.
The amount of names I was getting over the weekend that made me I'm sorry, what now?
Ruth.
Yeah.
Sorry, having a 40-year-old?
Actually, the cutest one was this little baby, and she was in this beautiful, like, knitted, crocheted kind of a little red hat and jacket. It was super cute, you know. And I was like, oh, you know, you look so cute, like a snowman. We'll never lose you in the snow. And I said, what's her name? And it went, Winter. I was like, oh my God, that's so bizarre. It's just been talking about, you know, Christmas and snow because you look very Christmassy. Winter. That's quite a cute name, isn't it?
Oh, there was a girl, actually, I think it was a governor at my old school, his last name was Wintersgill.
Right.
And then I think I had a daughter or granddaughter, and they called her Summer.
Yes, we used to say Summer Stralland, of course. We're quite used to summer.
But Winterskill.
Yeah. Good name.
Yes, very
It
good
does sound quite theatrical, doesn't it?
It does sound very
An
theatrical.
authoress.
It's a gay man waiting right there to name that child.
There we go.
There we go.
Fantastic.
Well, listeners, that rounds out this episode of Pride, of house renovations.
Happy Pride.
Juliet. Happy Pride. Happy June month. Happy June month. Happy Pride month. June's busting out all over.
Yes, she is.
And just wait until the 29th of June when it's London Pride, which is next week.
Oh my God, it is, isn't it?
It's next week.
Yes, I was supposed to be gigging on the third. I'm actually gigging on the Sunday, not the Saturday now. And so, but it means I can't go crazy on the Saturday, really. So, not that I would, obviously. I just.
You always go crazy. You're always out.
No, I don't. I really don't now. Don't do it as much.
I was expecting to see you at the Brewers last night.
I know. Yes, I was. Yes, I need to find out where my invite for that was.
Talk to your twinks.
Yeah, exactly. No, it was fine. Because you're not the first person that asked me that.
Really?
Last night, I was like, I've shattered after the thing the day before, so I was like, I'm done. Fine.
I'm done. Have you got any other Pride gigs coming up that listeners can maybe come? We'll look out to avoid.
Okay, fine. I think the next Pride one is the 30th, which is the Camden Family Pride, and then I'm doing Greenwich, I think, in August, and there's another one. Oh, I'm hosting Bracknell Pride, which is in July.
You did that last year.
Yes. I appeared there last year. This year I'm hosting. So that is in July sometime. So yeah.
Oh well, listeners,
because it goes on to September, doesn't it? It's
sometimes like that. So listeners, if you're in Greenwich, if you're in Camden, if you're in Bracknell, you know the days not to leave your house.
Exactly.
But if you do say hello to Bunny Galore. Tell her you love the show. If you're over from Luxembourg, Canada, or India.
Yes. Yes. Hello, Luxembourg.
Hello, India. We're really big in you right now. Apparently
so, yeah.
So we're feeling great about ourselves.
Exactly.
But, yeah.
You ever get asked to do a Pride?
No.
I can't think why. What would you actually do? In Speedos on a float, I suppose. That's about it.
Do I need to do any more?
No, exactly.
Every time I try something else, it just fails horribly.
Exactly.
And she's off on the giggles, which is probably about time to get back to bed.
Exactly.
But yes, tune in, listeners, next week where we'll probably do a Pride special because it'll be ready for London Pride when we get covered in glitter and God knows what else.
Yes. Are you going to go to London Pride this year?
Yes, I'm marching this year.
Oh, there we go. Maybe you're in the parade.
In Speedos.
In Speedos. In Speedos and a crown.
I was going to say something worse, but yes.
In harness, yeah. Exactly.
No, worse than a harness. We shall find out.
Oh, there we go. Spoilers, find out next week. Tune in.
But yes, also listeners, if you haven't listened to us recently, we are on Spotify and Apple, even if you haven't seen us on the YouTube. But it's been lovely to see you all. Yes. Welcome to Bunny's Colon. Hopefully we'll be back soon.